welcome to the Tri-Civ Cup. Players select 3 civilizations, and they must play them in that order. And it'll just be best of 1, so for this very first game that we're watching, their other civs won't actually matter. Just their civs that they ordered first in that list, and we are now into the game. Here we have Riotcoke on the bottom of the map in the color blue, playing as Germany here. This was his selection, and it is a 200 wood start, so he'll be quite pleased with that. There are no livestock on this map, and we haven't seen Manchac in a while, actually. I quite like Manchac. It's quite an interesting map, but we don't get to see it all that often. We'll take a look around in the moment, but before we do that, Cassador. Here he is, playing as India in the north of the map, in the color orange. All villagers on wood, gathering up the wood crates, going to get those vills in queue. They do cost wood. Where's this villager going?
Ooh, 110 wood actually spotted in the middle of the map here for India. And that's going to be pretty easy for him to get. He's going to know that he can pick that up pretty safely. Having been a wood start, he knows that Germany is most likely going to want to go build that trading post, so he shouldn't expect the Explorer to be around to contest. So he's just going to start that up immediately, and that's going to really help him out in getting that early age up in.
Yeah, that's a really nice treasure.
He actually was even fighting a treasure back at home with a villager. I'm not actually sure how worth it that is, but it is going to give him a little bit of food towards that age up at the cost of reducing that villager's HP. That might be a problem a little bit later on with the Ulans.
That is quite low, that one. He's going to have to be careful. I did wonder where that was going. It looked like it was going towards this trading post, and I was a bit sort of confused. But yeah, use the TC fire to help kill that, but could bite him in the ass, as you're saying. You know, Ulan's pretty good at raiding there, but either way, pretty good age 1, 110 wood, really, really nice, and now coming across 100 XP as well, though Germany this time looks like he is going towards that treasure. We'll be able to see it, but the other elephant of India is now coming sort of in that direction. I think he wants to get this treasure. It will be a hot point. Germany coming across it here, and he may just start that right away. Let's keep a look. This will be a point of contention. This is a pretty good treasure.
Yeah, it's definitely one that both these civs really like a lot. Both of their civilization bonuses give them additional resources on their treasures over other civs, so XP definitely very valuable. A little bit of lag. Hopefully it'll be resolved shortly. Back at Castor's base, actually, it seems like he's actually missed the fact that he has a food crate on the ground. He's actually not gathered it. Maybe he just hasn't spotted it in the berry bushes here.
Shrubbery. I've always thought, like, the sort of native civs and the Asian civs, the crates are kind of harder to see than the Euro ones. Okay, he's seen it now. We've got a 2-minute delay, just going to sort of point that out. Though, treasure has been started by India. Not sure who went in there first. Riotcoke does pick that up. And he's got the snare on an elephant as well, which is going to be pretty good, but not interested in pursuing that, actually.
Yeah, it looks like he just wants to be happy with them walking away, and he's going to walk back towards the 60 wood that he spotted earlier. Knowing that the monks are not there, he'll be able to pick that up pretty easily.
A grove of bois dark trees worth 60 wood, whatever.
Good attempt, good attempt. I'm not sure to pronounce that either. Bois d'arc, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, we're going to get flamed for that pronunciation in the chat later, but that's fine.
Or now. Oh, wait.
Well, delay, right?
Oh, yeah, that's 2 minutes. Yeah, that's right.
But anyway, all the villagers from Castor now on to food. Villager going forward, so it is going to be an agri-fort coming out from him in the middle of the map here. And that could potentially signal something aggressive. Going to be sending 2 vills, staggering them a little bit so they're not together. So just in case there is an explorer or something there to block them, he'll be able to drop it in a different location pretty quickly. So that's really nice. As well as being able to put both of them on the Wonder once he does place it and get himself up a little bit faster.
What do you think of Manchac then? There's a lot of space in the middle for the agri-fort. He's found a way to get that down pretty easily, it looks like. Some pretty good treasures, actually. I see 80 food and 60 wood coming here. Cassador's had quite a good age 1. He's had 110 XP, 60, and 80 food, and he almost got that big XP treasure as well. So, but yeah, did lose that to him.
He definitely did have a pretty good start, but he's actually not maybe aging as early as he would like. And in spite of that, he he got some really good treasures, but he's still only aging up at a pretty standard time, around 3 minutes. Not going to go for anything super early. But yeah, definitely still going to be good for him. He didn't have to skip any villagers or anything to get that age up in like India sometimes does. So he's going to have a pretty nice early economy if he wants to be making any sepoy or anything like that.
What do you think of the map then? It's a bit like sort of Bayou almost. It's got that sort of water turret that you can move through. This crescent in the middle with this island where he's clearly placed the aggro fort. We're going to be seeing a lot of Manchac today, so perhaps we should sort of talk about it a bit. Some more resources, another island up the top, and that is a Seminole settlement.
Yeah, it's a bit of an interesting map, just because you can't actually construct any buildings on the water there. So if you want to gather from these resources like the elk or these gold mines that are sometimes sitting in the water here, it's going to be a little bit less safe. You're not going to be able to build buildings as easily for line of sight or like outposts or anything to control that. And sometimes that can pose problems. It also makes it a little bit difficult if you want to try and wall off maybe the front of your base or something. But yeah, I actually like this map a lot. It's not one that we've seen people play very much, but it's a little bit low resource, but it's a pretty nice map overall.
Yeah, nice to see some different maps. We've seen a lot of the same maps, especially with the New World Championship qualifiers, and indeed the New World Championship. But Riotcoke going to be placing down a saloon immediately here, perhaps taking some inspiration from Kaiser Klein. Immediately going to be opening, by the looks of it, with mercenary units. The trouble is, though, those outlaws, we'll take a look at what's inside. Oh, Mamelukes and Jaegers, but Mamelukes age 4. He spotted it by the looks of it. Cassador knows what's up. But, outlaws and pistoleros, not particularly all that amazing.
Sorry, say that. Which units?
The outlaws and pistoleros. They cost a lot of population.
Right. The renegados, though, they can be pretty scary against the sepoys, right?
Yeah.
They do a lot of damage. 40 times 2 is pretty scary against heavy infantry like the sepoy. But Castor not going all in. Does get 1 villager with those 7 sepoy, but he's not going super all in. He's built a consulate behind this, sent 300 export, so he's maybe he is going to be going aggressive, but nothing like super early. He's going to be going for a later timing. Looks like he's got the Hussars in queue, so he's going to be pushing with another batch of sepoys and Hussars, and potentially maybe another 5 sepoy shipment or something like that. And that will make that'll give him a really easy way of dealing with these renegados. Back at the base, though, Ulan's now in here. There is a low HP Vil around here somewhere if he can find it, but he does get 1 Vil anyway from full HP, and going to get another one as well. So this has been a really successful raid already, getting 2 Vils for free.
Yeah, that has been really, really nice, especially with just the 2 cav that you get for free.
Oh, but the Ulans,
they sport the gardeners, and they're sort of going to path around. They are going to escape here. So gets 2 Vils and saves his units. Now coming forward, he's got 8 crossbowmen that he shipped, as well as a batch of renegados. Not going to see any sepoys to shoot, but he's sort of poking forward. He's looking for them.
Yep, and here's the 4 Soar shipment. This is probably going to be time to push as soon as he cleans up these Ulans under the aggro fort. That's sort of, we're out of position, and they'll be going down pretty quickly. And now he's just going to push straight into the base. He spotted the saloon, so he knows it's likely just going to be renegados that he has to deal with. And they do not do super well against cav, despite how well they do against sepoys. So he's going to have a hard time cutting back here. But he does have access to Minutemen. Not enough resources for it just yet, unless he trades some of that food. Oh, there we go. Actually, they are popping from the DC. And this is actually looking like pretty good positioning for him, with the cav sort of getting stuck around those trees. Can't actually get in to the fight the way they want. And it looks like Greg will probably be just fine holding this.
Yeah, he's managed to sort of hold on there.
Well, then again, getting into melee, the sepoys, some Ulans going back. Settler Wagon's going to come into tank as well.
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of sepoy there. Turns out sepoy a pretty good unit.
Yeah, and the cavalry still not quite cleaned up yet, so actually maybe not going to go as well as I initially assumed for Riot. But he is going to hold, it looks like.
Let's take a look at units lost and then sort of compare. Both have lost 2 villages, so in terms of eco, that's what's happened. 6 crossbows, 6 Ulans, and 9 renegados went down in exchange for 5 sepoy, 4 Soar, and 3 gardeners. So I definitely think Riotcoke got the worse a trade there. I think Cassador's going to be pretty pleased with the damage he did, especially when he was up against Minutemen.
Yeah, for sure. 5 sepoy going to be coming as the next cards. Only military shipments coming so far. And he's just going to be pushing again, and there's not a lot of units here to really deal with this. He does get another batch of renegados out, which of course do a lot of damage, but they have a hard time kiting, and when you're low numbers like this, it's going to be easier for the sepoy to hunt you down.
Yeah, and you have to be really careful not to overkill with these units since they're so strong, right? Like they do so much damage. Yeah, trying to get away here, but the C point Riotcoke is going to resign. It's a quick game number 1, it would seem.
Yeah,
Cassador
just
takes the first victory.
Yeah, just not quite the right unit composition he needed there. The crossbows and renegados just not enough to deal with the cavalry and the monks, and that also enabled the sepoys to walk right up onto them, and yeah, just didn't go his way as a result of that.
Yep, quick and dirty. I'm just reading their chat there. Riotcoke thinks he should have crossbow semied, he says. But Cassador thinks otherwise. Game number 1 of the day. A quick one. We'll be seeing more Manchac, though, and possibly more round of 64 games, since that one was quite close, or quite short, rather. There's a lot of berries on Manchac. I didn't realize.
Yeah, you do start with a lot of berry bushes, and that sort of compensates a little bit for how low hunt the map can be sometimes.
Yeah.
Of course, berry is not something you usually want to gather from, but it is there as an option.